Thank you, everyone. So I see that more than 50 people have already joined, and people will keep joining as the session goes on. So we'll be making our session live now. I welcome you all to ALP's online career guidance seminar. And as we all know that today's session is about career in IIT, IIM, and other INIs. So along with me, my name is Shehzad. I represent Association of Muslim Professionals. And along with me, I've got Mr. Baris Sardar, who's the head of Career Counseling Cell. And I have Ms. Asma Firdos. She's head of School Development Program. I also have with me Ms. Rumana Pathan, who's speaker of the day. She's done her PhD in research scholarship. So we'll start our session now with a short kirat, and then I'll pass it over to the host for the day, Ms. Asma Firdos. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد صدق الله العظيم. Thank you, everyone. So I would request now Ms. Asma Firdaus to take over this session and host this session for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Shahzad bhai. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to all. Before commencing the session, I would like to give a brief introduction to you all about AMP, the Association of Muslim Professionals. So the Association of Muslim Professionals is registered in India, USA, UK, and Australia as a non-profit organization. It has completed its 12 years serving our community in the field of education, employment, and empowerment. AMP has a vision to positively impact the lives of 10 million people by the year 2030. AMP's mission is to empower the underprivileged for the greater benefit of the society in general and nation as a whole. The AMP's vision is to be a model community which is advanced in education, which is socially progressive, culturally vibrant, politically influential, and economically dynamic. The achievements of AMP. The achievements of AMP can be viewed under 5 categories. AMP under its School Development Program, or the SDPs, has conducted around 2,750 skill development lectures by connecting to 800 plus schools. Out of these skill development lectures, around 2,75,000 students have been benefited. AMP has also conducted 100 plus teachers training and parenting workshops. The Employment Assistance Cell. Through this cell, AMP has conducted around 350 plus job fairs and job drives, or as a result of which around 20,000 plus candidates have become employed. It has also conducted around 200 plus employability trainings, benefiting 15,000 degree students. AMP has funded for scholarships. It has funded around 800 plus higher education scholarships and provided the financial assistance to 750 plus orphans for their basic education. It has also transformed 250 plus families by offering self-employment assistance. AMP through its AMP Resource Center, which contains around 600 plus career counselors, they have counseled around 2,000 plus students and also distributed around 1,000 plus career charts to the students. The AMP has also connected and awarded around 280 plus renowned educationists and partnered with 30 plus organizations for skill training and job fairs, including the state governments. It has also partnered with 50 plus NGOs. AMP has a on-ground presence of 100 plus active chapters, which are spread across 16 countries and 25 states, with 6,000 plus active members. AMP also has a very strong online presence with a connect of about 1,25,000 plus members. You can follow us on all social networking sites for constant updates. Visit the link displayed on your screen to join AMP and serve the community. We would be very pleased to have you on board. Thank you. Over to Shehzad.
Thank you so much, Asma ma'am. So I would now request Ms. Rumana Pathan, who is the speaker of the day, to take over the session. And before that, I would just request all the attendees who are here, if you have any question relating to the topic, you can kindly raise your questions in Q&A. We will specifically keep at least 20 minutes for Q&A session at the end, and all the questions we can address will be in the Q&A session, not in between the session. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Assalamu alaikum everyone and good afternoon. I am Rumana Pathan Chaudhary. I'm a PhD research scholar from IIT Bombay. That is, I'm doing my PhD in IIT Bombay. Currently, I have completed 3 years of my PhD, and my thrust areas are in computer science. However, now I'm exploring teaching learning problems associated in the field of educational technology. Today, I'll be talking about admissions in IITs and other institutes of national importance. So basically, I want you guys to be excited about getting into IIT and what are the career, how you can get into it, etc. This is the outline of my presentation today. I'll be talking about the various IITs, the courses it offers, and the most important part, that is how to get admission in IIT, what are the entrance exams, what are the eligibility criteria, the predicted cutoffs, etc. After IITs, I'll be briefly talking about a few other Indian institutes of national importance. And other than this, I would also like to highlight what is important to crack IIT entrance exam. And lastly, I would want to share why join IIT at all. So let me begin with my presentation. So as you all are aware, IIT stands for Indian Institute of Technology. It is set up by Government of India with an aim to produce high quality scientists, engineers and technologists. तो अगर आपको साइंटिस्ट, इंजीनियर या टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट बनना है अपने करियर में, अगर आपका इनमें से कोई एम्बिशन है, तो IITs जो है, they are the best kind of setup you can find in India. And some of the IITs that I have listed are also renowned at international level as well. So you can see on your left, these are the 23 IITs that are present in India. You can see that the first IIT, that is IIT Kharagpur, was set up in 1951. That is, it's almost 70 years old. Then IIT Bombay, which was set up in 1958. IIT Madras and IIT Kanpur in 1959, etc. So these are the IITs that are present. So this is the education or degrees or programs that IITs provide. At undergraduate level, IITs provide degrees such as BTech, BE Architecture, BSc, etc. And at postgraduate level, we have MTech, MSc, dual degree, that is BTech plus MTech, PhD, postdoctorate, etc., etc. But today, primarily, we'll be talking about BTech. So the thing about IIT is that it is central government funded, and hence it is recipient of new equipments, latest infrastructure, and good and great facilities for students. तो आप कुछ फेमस IITians को भी जानते होंगे, जैसे कि गूगल का CEO सुंदर पिचाई, मनोहर पर्रिकर जो हमारे फॉर्मर डिफेंस मिनिस्टर थे, अरविंद केजरीवाल जो दिल्ली के फिलहाल चीफ मिनिस्टर है, रघुराम राजन फॉर्मर गवर्नर ऑफ RBI, और अगर आप किसी और फेमस IITian को जानते हैं तो आप अपना आंसर Q&A में डाल सकते हैं. Okay, having said this, let's straight get into the question, how do we get admission in an IIT? So basically, if broadly speaking, there are 3 major steps. So one is your 12th board exam, second is an entrance test called as JEE Mains, and the third one is JEE Advanced. So in your 12th standard, it is very important that you have these subjects, that is physics, chemistry, maths, and iske alawa, if you want to have biology or biotechnology, computer science, or any other subject is okay. If you have these subjects in your 12th standard, then you're eligible to answer JEE mains. And ये जो आप exam दे रही हैं, suppose you are giving the exam in 2020, then आपका 12th standard या तो 2018 या 19 या 20 में होना चाहिए. अगर आप 2017 में 12th क्लियर किए हो तो यू आर नॉट एलिजिबल टू आंसर 2020 जेई मेंस. तो जेई मेंस जो एग्ज़ाम है ये बहुत बड़ा एग्ज़ाम है. इनफैक्ट इट इज़ वन ऑफ द ह्यूज सबसे बड़ा एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम है इंडिया का. इस एग्ज़ाम में ऑलमोस्ट 12 से 14 लाख कैंडिडेट्स पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं और दिस आर ऑल आईआईटी एस्पिरेंट्स. तो इस एग्ज़ाम को क्लियर करने के लिए एक कट ऑफ होता है जो हर साल वेरी करता है. आई टॉक अबाउट इट इन डिटेल. एंड अप्रॉक्सीमेटली हर साल 2,20,000 से लेके 2,50,000 स्टूडेंट्स क्वालिफाई करते हैं जेई मेंस एग्ज़ाम. और जो बच्चे ये जेई मेंस एग्ज़ाम क्लियर करते हैं उनको भेजा जाता है जेई एडवांस्ड में. जेई एडवांस्ड में भी ऐसा ही एक कट ऑफ होता है जो बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स पे डिपेंड होता है. मैं उसके बारे में आपको बताऊंगी. इस जेई एडवांस के अंदर जो बच्चे टॉप 10 से 12,000 के अंदर आते हैं उनको आईआईटीज में एडमिशन मिल जाता है. तो ये एक ब्रॉड लेवल प्रोसेस है. लेट मी गो इनटू द डिटेल्स ऑफ इट. आर देयर एनी क्वेश्चंस एट दिस पॉइंट?
We will be having a separate Q&A session at the end of the session, so you can continue your presentation.
Okay, but in case there is some difficulty to understand the process, I would like to take the question on the slide as well. Let's carry on. So let's talk about the first kind of exam, that is JEE mains. So as I mentioned, the eligibility criteria to answer JEE mains exam is 10+2 or equivalent in the last 2 years or year of exam. That is, अगर आप 2020 में एग्जाम दे रहे हैं तो लेटेस्ट आपको 2018 का आपका रिजल्ट वैलिड है इस एग्जाम के लिए, उससे पहले का वैलिड नहीं है. 2021 में आपका 2018 का रिजल्ट वैलिड नहीं रहेगा. So this is the main criteria. Other than that, in your 12th board, you need to have one language compulsorily in your board exam. It could be English, it could be anything. You need to have physics and mathematics. And optionally, you can also have chemistry, biology, biotech, or any other subject. So in most of the colleges under pre-university colleges, I've seen that chemistry is not an option. But IIT entrance exam के eligibility criteria में एक option की तरह है. तो let's talk about the exam pattern now. So JEE mains का exam pattern, honestly, to be saying varies a lot every year. Not so much, but it does differ. So on a broad level, you can expect around 90 questions in your question paper, 30 on each, that is physics, chemistry, and maths, and you'll get 3 hours in order to answer this exam. So this is the cutoff, that is, say out of 300 in 2020, if you want to clear, that is, you want to answer JEE Advanced, then you need to score at least 85 marks if you are from the general category. If you are in the OBC category, you need to score at least 72. And SC/ST के लिए you need to score 49 and 43 respectively. This is the trend that we have seen. So these are predicted results. Like this may change also. अभी तक JEE mains exam जो अप्रैल में होने वाला था हुआ नहीं है. तो this may change also. But mostly जो है इस तरह का trend देखा गया है. You can see that in 2009 the cutoff was 87 for general and 74 for OBC. Similarly, in 2018 the cutoff went really low. That is, it went up to 74, and the cutoff for OBC went low up to 45. And in 2017 it went up again, 81 and then 100 in 2016. So it varies a lot. So, and it varies on a lot of factors that we'll be talking about. So if you want to clear your exam, that is your JEE mains, and if you want to be eligible for JEE Advanced, then this is the this is the minimum that you need to score. Okay, so this is all about JEE Mains exam. Let's talk about JEE Advanced exam. So JEE Advanced, अगर मतलब JEE Advanced की पहली क्राइटेरिया जो आपको फुलफिल करनी होती है वो यही है कि आपको JEE मेंस क्लियर करना होता है. अगर आप JEE मेंस क्लियर करते हो, 85 से ज़्यादा मार्क्स लाते हो या फिर अपनी कैटेगरी के हिसाब से ज़्यादा मार्क्स लाते हो तो ऑटोमेटिकली और एलिजिबल फॉर JEE एडवांस्ड एग्जाम. JEE एडवांस्ड के एग्जाम में सिलेबस थोड़ा सिमिलर होता है बट हायर लेवल का होता है. इसके अंदर कुछ टॉपिक्स होंगे जो शायद JEE मेंस में नहीं होंगे, विच यू विल हैव टू स्टडी एडिशनली. एंड सिलेबस एंड ऑल के बारे में अपडेट्स की वेबसाइट आई विल बी शेयरिंग विद यू. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, इफ़ यू वांट टू बी इन एन IIT, आपके 12th स्टैंडर्ड बोर्ड एग्जाम्स के अंदर 75% से ज़्यादा मार्क्स होने चाहिए. So in your overall board exam rank percentage should be more than 75. So that means that you can't completely ignore your board exams and only concentrate on entrance. You also have to score very good marks in your board exams. Next is in this exam, unlike the previous exam जहाँ पे सिर्फ एक पेपर होता था, यहाँ पे आपको 2 पेपर्स देने होंगे on the same day. 1 paper in the morning and 1 paper in the afternoon. दोनों पेपर्स जो है 3-3 घंटे के होते हैं और बीच में आपको लंच ब्रेक मिलता है. हर पेपर जो है 180 मार्क्स का होता है. दैट मीन्स अराउंड 360 मार्क्स का. ये भी चेंज होता रहता है. It keeps varying actually. And the questions are based on physics, chemistry and mathematics. So the cutoff varies hugely over here. It depends a lot. It depends on how many students are answering JEE Advanced on that year, what is the difficulty level, etc. That's the reason I've not shared the cutoff over here, so as to confuse you less. But in this case, in this exam, your rank, that is आपका जो rank है India के level पे, it needs to be within 11,000. If your rank is within 11,000, then a seat in an IIT is confirmed for you. You will get into an IIT for sure. There are, in the 23 IITs that I talked about, there are around 11,274 seats. So this is the process. That is your 12th standard exam, your JEE Mains exam, and then your JEE Advanced exams. So overall, this is the process that everyone follows every year. There may be slight changes here and there. But for this year and for the next year, this process will remain more or less similar. Are there any questions about the process as of now? Anything in the Q&A?
No, nothing. No questions raised so far.
Okay, thank you very much. So we all make plans like हाँ हम IIT में जाएंगे, 11,000 के अंदर रैंक लाएंगे या फिर हम JEE Mains क्लियर करेंगे. What if that plan doesn't work out? That is, what if my rank is not within 11,000 or even 2,20,000? तो हम क्या करेंगे? Does that mean that हमारी जो पूरी मेहनत है, हमने जो पूरे 2 साल लगाए हैं, वो वेस्ट हो जाएंगे क्या? हम आगे क्या करें? तो here is where IITs के अलावा बाकी INIs, that is institutes of national importance, comes into picture. So if your rank is not within 11,000 or even 2,20,000, don't worry, you're still eligible for other INIs such as NIT and many government engineering colleges. For example, you must have heard about NIT Surathkal, NIT Warangal, and NIT Goa, etc. Most of the states have an NIT. So इस तरह के 31 NITs है all together. तो इसकी क्राइटेरिया, NIT की क्राइटेरिया ये है कि आप बस JEE Mains क्लियर करो. There are 2 exams, JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. But to get into an NIT, you need to clear only your JEE Mains. So यहाँ पे मैंने एक range present की है of marks. So if you get this kind of marks, then there are chances that you will get into this IIT, this NIT. So suppose आपके marks जो है JEE Mains के अंदर इस range में आते हैं 120 to 135. तो आपका रैंक होगा अप्रॉक्सीमेटली, सो दिस इज नॉट द एग्जैक्ट डेटा, this is calculated data based on the previous years, so this may change or vary, but to give you a rough estimate about the marks and the rank that you'll be in, this is good enough, I feel. So suppose your marks are within 120 and 135, that means you will be among 20 to 25,000 rank holders among the 12 lakh to 14 lakh people, candidates who answer JEE mains every year. So 20 to 25,000 rank is very good, and there are good chances that you'll get into an NIT. इसके अलावा if you see that if your marks are within 140 to 160, that means your rank will shift up to 14 to 15,000, and there are very high chances that you'll get a good NIT. That is the top 10 NITs that are present: NIT Surathkal, NIT Warangal, etc. If your marks are within the range of 160 to 180, then you're very likely that you'll get a very good NIT, that is the top NIT, and a branch of your choice, a very good branch that you are seeking admission in. So this is the range. And if you're a student who have scored 180 plus in your JEE mains, then it is very highly likely that you will also crack JEE Advanced. So sit back, prepare nicely for your JEE Advanced, and make sure that you crack JEE Advanced and get into an IIT. So the thing about NIT is that we can't really rank them, we can't really compare IITs and NITs as a whole, because some of the IITs which are new, like for example, IIT Goa or IIT Dharwad, are very new as compared to some of the very old NITs that are there, like NIT Warangal. So many students who are getting into IIT Goa, they really prefer going to NIT Warangal or NIT Surathkal because they are older, and you know, they have already set up, so the quality there is already set up and people prefer going there. So there is no real competition between IIT as a whole and NIT as a whole. You need to look at the institute individually, that is when it was set up, what is the you need to talk to your seniors a lot, you need to read about it, and then decide if you are getting good marks in JEE mains. So this is about JEE mains. Yeah. So the next question is about who creates this exam and who decides the cutoffs and what are the approximate dates. So you saw that initially I showed you a list of 23 IITs. Every year, one of the IIT conducts the exam. इस साल IIT दिल्ली जो है वो JEE 2020 कंडक्ट कर रहे हैं. पिछले साल IIT रूरकी ने किया था. तो हर साल एक IIT को जिम्मेदारी दी जाती है. वहाँ के प्रोफेसर्स फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री और मैथ के लग जाते हैं टू क्रिएट अ क्वेश्चन पेपर. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, द क्वेश्चन पेपर इज़ रियली वेरी टफ. इट्स वेरी वेरी टफ. तो अगर हमें 12 लाख 14 लाख कैंडिडेट्स से सिर्फ 11,000 कैंडिडेट्स चूज़ करने हैं, तो वो क्वेश्चन पेपर बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट होता है. एंड you need a lot of preparation and interest and study in order to crack this kind of exam. Let's now talk about who decides the cutoffs. ये जो cutoffs है, which I was talking about, that you need to score 85 or 100 or 120, etc. etc. ये किस basis पे decide होते हैं, इसको कौन decide करता है? तो इसका एक अपना algorithm होता है. इसका exact algorithm तो मुझे नहीं पता. But we know for sure that it is dependent on the following factors. That is the difficulty level of JEE Advanced. So the people who are setting the exam, जो exam set कर रहे हैं, उनको पता होता है कि कितना difficulty exam का level है. उस हिसाब से, जैसे अगर कोई exam बहुत ज़्यादा difficult है, तो हो सकता है कि cut off जो है उसको थोड़ा सा lower कर दे. और अगर वो exam compared to last year थोड़ा सा easy है, तो कट ऑफ बढ़ा दिया जाता है. इट ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स ऑन द टोटल नंबर ऑफ एप्लीकेंट्स फॉर JEE एडवांस्ड. मतलब JEE मेंस जो क्लियर करते हैं उसके ऊपर भी डिपेंड करता है कि एग्जाम पेपर कितना टफ आएगा. एंड द fourth one is number of seats available for admission, and the fifth one is candidates' performance in the exam. It may so happen that the exam was very tough, but a set of students managed to score very good in the exam. So cutoff जो है वो बढ़ सकता है for some students, and because of which some students may not be able to get through. So these are some criteria or factors on which the cutoff is decided. So approximately speaking, JEE मेंस जो है वो साल में 2 बार होता है, एक बार जनवरी में होता है और एक अप्रैल में होता है. आप दोनों एग्जाम्स में आंसर कर सकते हैं. यू कैन आंसर बोथ द एग्जाम्स. ये 2018 से दिस हैज बीन मेड अवेलेबल फॉर पीपल, फॉर स्टूडेंट्स. सो जो जनवरी में एग्जाम देता है जेई मेंस का, उसको करीब 3 महीने मिलते हैं टू प्रिपेयर फॉर जेई एडवांस, और जो अप्रैल में एग्जाम देता है उसको अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 1 महीना मिलता है टू आंसर जेई, टू प्रिपेयर फॉर जेई एडवांस एग्जाम्स. So यही है what do you call, you have to decide which one you want to answer, or you can answer both. तो normally exams जो होते हैं वो JEE एडवांस मई में होते हैं, बट इस साल के अप्रैल 2020 के जो मेंस हैं वो नहीं हो पाए because of the COVID-19 situation that we all are going through, and these exams were postponed to July, and they've already happened. Just give me a minute. Yeah, sorry. So next, if we are clear about the exam procedure and who creates this exam and what decides the cutoffs and the approximate dates, this is the official website for JEE. That is, if you want to know what are the eligibility criteria and exams कब है official notifications के लिए, या फिर पिछले साल के एग्जाम पेपर्स कैसे थे, सॉल्व्ड एग्जाम्पल्स के लिए आप इस वेबसाइट को रेफर कर सकते हैं. फॉर योर रेफरेंस आई हैव प्रोवाइडेड अ QR कोड. अगर आपके पास अगर आप फ़ोन यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो यू कैन जस्ट स्कैन दिस QR कोड and it will lead you to that particular website. So this is the official website. Please don't trust any other website for any kind of other notifications. Recently regarding JEE Mains April 2020, बहुत fake news चल रही थी कि exams will be held on so and so date. तो इस वजह से student community में बहुत panic create हो गया था. तो अगर आपको सही information चाहिए तो always visit this website, and this website is up to date. It always tells people कि जो भी recent update है उस बारे में. So this is all about the admission process to IITs and NITs. Next, I'll be talking about some common questions. So being a research scholar in IIT Bombay, when I meet young kids, they always come up to me and ask me, how do I study? What do I do? So this kind of questions, what I've done is I've accumulated them and I've put them in front of you. These are some very few questions that I've put up. There are more questions to be honest. So you can see that the questions are in different colors. कुछ questions मैंने green में लिखे हैं और कुछ questions मैंने blue में लिखे हैं. So जो questions मैंने green में लिखे हैं, that is, what is the eligibility criteria, which IIT, which branch. Luckily, we can answer these questions. Like for example, we just talked about the eligibility criteria, that is the entire admission process that you have to go through. इसके अलावा which IIT, which branch is the best, इसके लिए कोई एक single answer नहीं है. But if you ask me which IIT should I go or which IIT should I target, then I would recommend the top seven, that is the oldest IITs. I would recommend go for them. And branch wise, I think there is no best branch. Every field of engineering is required and has its importance in our life, in our day-to-day life. So when selecting a branch, be inclined towards your interest and not because it is doing well in the market. Market keeps fluctuating a lot, especially after this pandemic, after the COVID-19 pandemic has happened. The market, the things that we used to do have changed everything. It is completely upside down. So the best way to select a branch is to incline it with your interest, and yes, you'll do very good in that then. The next question is about what is the world rank of IIT? IIT का world rank क्या है? तो सारे जो वर्ल्ड रैंक क्राइटेरियाज होते हैं वो अलग अलग होते हैं, डिपेंड्स ऑन द प्लेसमेंट्स एंड कितने फॉरेन स्टूडेंट्स है, किस तरह का रिसर्च आउटपुट है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। अगर उस हिसाब से देखा जाए तो 3 IITs इंडिया के टॉप 200 की लिस्ट में आते हैं, एंड दैट टू 160 की रेंज में IIT बॉम्बे आता है, अराउंड 170 की रेंज में IIT मद्रास आता है, और फिर IISc जो है वो भी अराउंड 160-170 की रेंज में आता है. Other than that, other IITs are also doing good, but these are in the top 200s. And next question is about the average package of an IIT. And this is like this is the first thing that comes to people's mind कि अगर IITian है तो बहुत कमाते होंगे, बहुत ज़्यादा पैकेज होता है उनका, which is true also in some cases. So the average package जो होता है IITian का, जो मैंने सुना है कैंपस के अंदर, वो अराउंड एवरेज में 20 लाख होता है, एंड जो सबसे ज़्यादा मैंने अब तक सुना है वो शायद 60-65 लाख होगा पर एनम. तो द पैकेज इज़ गुड. इतनी मेहनत करते हैं तो उसके बाद में देयर आर गुड कंपनीज दैट आर विलिंग टू टेक यू. So these are the simpler questions that I've just answered. What about the questions in blue color? How many hours shall I dedicate? How shall I prepare for the entrance? Which coaching institute shall I join? How can I get into an IIT? Trust me, my friends, these are some of the very difficult questions to answer. So one honest answer is, no, I don't know all the answers. And the reason I don't know all the answers is because the success ratio is very less. It's only 1%. That is, it means that 99% of the people who aspire to get into IIT or qualify and answer JEE mains don't get into it, which means there are very high chances that you may not get into IIT, and the chances are really high, like 99%. Success ratio सिर्फ 1% है. तो अब मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगी कि ये जो सक्सेस रेशियो है वो किस पे डिपेंड करता है. तो एक तो होता है एप्टीट्यूड, इंटेलिजेंस एक्सेट्रा. तो आई वुड से अल्लाह ताला ने हम सबको खूबियाँ दी है, कुछ खूबियाँ दी है, कुछ लोगों को हम में से बहुत अच्छे से प्रेजेंट करने की, या बहुत अच्छे से कोई चीज़ गाने की, या फिर कुछ लोगों को एक नेचुरल इंक्लिनेशन होता है टू लर्न, टू एक्सप्लोर समथिंग. कुछ लोग नेचुरली बहुत अच्छे डॉक्टर्स की तरफ उनका इंक्लिनेशन होता है. सो दिस वेरीज, दिस इज कम्प्लीटली नेचुरल. तो एक ये होता है एप्टीट्यूड, इंटेलिजेंस एक्सेट्रा, जो अल्लाह ताला ने आपको नवाजा है. इसके अलावा जो सेकंड क्राइटेरियन होता है, दैट इज आई हैव मार्क्ड इट इन रेड बिकॉज आई फाइंड इट रियली इम्पॉर्टेंट. That is, how do you spend your time in your 11th and 12th standard or your drop year? This is an extremely important bullet point. And at times, if you spend your time in your 11th, 12th or drop year very nicely, then there are chances that you may surpass someone who has higher aptitude or intelligence. And this one is extremely important. You are accountable for every minute in your life for 11th, 12th standard. That's the reason you must have heard people, making a hype out of it. 11th standard hai, 12th standard hai, important exams hai. And if you want to be an IITian, that hype is totally true. And I think if you are able to do a degree in IIT, it's totally worth also. So this is what the questions that you saw earlier depends a lot on your aptitude, intelligence, etc., and how you spend your time in 11th, 12th standard. Because there is no one shoe fits all kind of scenario here. हर student अलग है. हर student को एक student के लिए जो काम कर गया ज़रूरी नहीं है दूसरे student के लिए करेगा. बट ये ज़रूरी है कि आप किस तरह से अपना टाइम स्पेंड कर रहे हैं, और वो बहुत डिटरमाइन करेगा आपका सक्सेस रेशियो टू गेट इनटू एन IIT. Okay, so since I was not able to answer your questions about how much shall I study, how much shall I dedicate, and all this kind of questions which are like how, and which are not straightforward. I decided that let's talk about some factors that I think will definitely stop you from getting in an IIT. I don't know how to get in an IIT, but I know what will definitely stop you from getting an IIT. So as you can see, I have marked four bullets here. You can read them. It says lack of discipline, distractions, lack of mentoring, lack of emotional support, etc. So let me talk about all of this in details. So what do you mean by lack of discipline or lack of regimented lifestyle? So when you say regimented lifestyle, it means very strictly organized or controlled. A very close example that I can give you from this in order to describe the word regimented is example of an army person. The way army person have a fixed schedule, or they are very organized. They don't tolerate mistakes because the stakes are high, right? Unki security jo hoti hai, wo nation ki security hoti hai, and they just can't afford to waste their time or make any mistakes. Similarly, if you are an aspiring IITian, then you need to have very good discipline and a regimented lifestyle. The reason I'm saying this is because I totally don't support 24 ghante padna. I personally feel that a person learns more when he does projects and when he's involved in many real life scenarios. But the pattern of IIT K exams, that is the JEE mains and JEE advanced, is such that it requires a lot of discipline and a lot of training in that particular field. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult to crack. And that's the reason I have used this term to tell you the importance of it. So it's some experts in this field who have coached people who have topped in IITs have said that अगर आप सुबह के 4 बजे उठ के अपनी स्टडी टेबल पर जाते हैं, इसका मतलब अगर ये आप हर रोज कर पाते हैं, सुबह 4 AM को उठकर अपने स्टडी टेबल पर जाना, इसका मतलब ये है कि आप ऑलरेडी एक IITian हैं. इसका मतलब आपकी सीट IIT के अंदर पक्की है. So, and this has to be there for the entire 2 years or 1 year drop that you're taking. Initially, I agree it will be very difficult, but trust me, dosto, try it for 10 days. Your body will get accustomed to it. Your internal alarm clock will tell you that you need to get up in the morning, and you'll enjoy the entire process. I enjoyed it. बहुत मजा आता है फिर पढ़ाई करने में, and you're like totally engrossed in it. So one example of discipline that I can give you from our day-to-day life is our Ramzan month. जैसे रमज़ान में हो जाता है, हम किसी और दिन 4 बजे उठकर कुछ खा नहीं पाएंगे, बट रमज़ान के महीने में हम हर सुबह उठ के 3:30 बजे सहरी कर लेते हैं और उसके बाद नमाज पढ़ते हैं, तरावी पढ़ते हैं, बहुत डिसिप्लिन दिखाते हैं. तो इसके लिए एक मोटिवेशन की भी ज़रूरत है, और 10 दिन बाद ये चीज़ें ऑटोमेटिकली आपको अच्छी फील होने लगती है, आप उसका मज़ा लेने लगते हो. तो सिमिलरली अगर आप IITian बनना चाहते हो तो फिर प्लीज़ सुबह उठिए, सुबह में पढ़ाई कीजिए. इट इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट. योर ट्रेनिंग, आप जितने एग्जाम्पल सॉल्व करेंगे, इट विल एड अ लॉट टू योर एक्सपीरियंस, एंड इट इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट. So the second one, one more point that I want to add to this is that in this 2-year time when you're preparing for your IIT exam, you are really accountable for every minute that you spend in your life. Every minute. मतलब आपको हर मिनट का हिसाब किताब अपने पास होना चाहिए. अगर आपको 2 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा कहीं खर्च करने पड़ रहे हैं तो आपको इसके बारे में सोचना पड़ेगा. It is that tough. Because I told you the success ratio is like very, very scarce. It's only 1%. So you really can't afford to waste your time. The second pointer is about distractions. So I told you that ये जो IIT के exams हैं, ये IIT के प्रोफेसर सेट करते हैं, एंड वो ऐसा सेट करते हैं कि ताकि ओनली जो 11,000 हैं, जो टॉप, जो 12-14 लाख में से जो 11,000 है वो आ पाए. तो इसका मतलब जो हम हर रोज सॉल्व करते हैं क्वेश्चंस, जैसे कि 10th स्टैंडर्ड वाले क्वेश्चंस, ये बहुत स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है. IIT के क्वेश्चंस ऐसे नहीं होते. IIT के क्वेश्चंस में और हम जो सॉल्व करते हैं उसमें ज़मीन आसमान का डिफरेंस होता है. एंड एट टाइम्स किसी प्रॉब्लम का आंसर फिगर
Romana ma'am, your voice is not audible. Hello,
Anna?
Romana ma'am, your voice is not audible.
I've seen people talking about problems चाय के ठेले पे, mess में, canteens में, everywhere. Okay, my internet connection is unstable.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, so there are many. I was talking about the straight in IIT, and so they keep thinking about the problem, and they keep asking questions to themselves until and unless they are able to solve it. अगर ये attitude आप अपने पास लाते हैं, तो there are very less chances that you'll be demoralized, because it's only when you're not engaged and you're demoralized you tend to go towards distractions. So it's very important that you keep away from all the distractions. I would suggest that for 2 years, keep your social media off completely and prepare for your IIT exams if you are aspiring to be. Third one is this point is actually for teachers, that is lack of mentoring. So actually, I cannot completely point it out to teachers because the way this entire thing is scheduled is such that the student to teacher ratio is very high. That is, for around 50-60 students, there is only one physics teacher, which is really unfair. एक टीचर हर एक बच्चे के लिए पर्सनली मेंटर नहीं कर सकती. So in this kind of situation, I would recommend students to talk to some seniors who have gone through this. Basically, have a person with you who have experienced this, to whom you can ask frequent doubts. Basically, it's like a coach to whom you can ask questions a lot. I think this is the gap where many coaching institutes are trying to fill in. So many coaching institutes who are proudly talking about, IITians from their institutes are because they have a very good mentoring system. They have mentors for every student 24 hours a day. So any doubt, any question, they can go and ask the mentor, and the mentor is encouraged to listen to their questions and answer them or help them, discover what is the answer and learn. So the next one is lack of emotional support. तो अगर कोई पेरेंट्स ये सुन रहे हैं, तो मैं आपको बता दूं कि एक एजुकेशन जर्नी में, एक स्टूडेंट की एजुकेशन जर्नी में जितना इम्पोर्टेंट स्टूडेंट का रोल होता है, उतना ही या उससे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट रोल पेरेंट्स का होता है. एंड फॉर व्हेन अ स्टूडेंट, व्हेन एक 18-19 साल का बच्चा जब एग्ज़ाम IIT जैसा कठिन एग्ज़ाम आंसर करने की कोशिश करता है, तो इट्स वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट कि वो हमेशा अपना मोरल हाई रखे. At times he may be going through a lot, but he may not be able to tell you. So I would recommend talk to your child. We know that आप उनके differential equations या calculus या probability वाले questions नहीं समझ पाएंगे. It's completely okay. But do talk to them because these exams are very difficult. And do not pressurize them. Be a support to them. Try to have a rapport with your children such that they feel very comfortable in sharing what they are feeling. Okay. Having said all this, I would like to come back to my common questions. So these are the common questions that I've been receiving every now and then, but I don't receive one question which I've marked in red. No one has asked me, मैं IIT क्यों join करूँ? Everyone knows हाँ कि हाँ IIT best है, ये है वो है, पैकेज अच्छा मिलता है, अच्छी इंस्टीट्यूट है, बट क्यों? ऐसा क्या है IIT के अंदर? So I thought if no one is asking me this question, maybe I'll take it up myself and try to answer it. So I have a list of my own why you should join IIT. So this is actually one of my last slides, and the slide that I'm most excited about, to be honest. So actually, this is a compilation of projects that are going on in IIT Bombay. And I'm excited about this or fascinated about these projects is because I've seen these projects. They happen with us. ये जो बच्चे हैं इनको मैं जानती हूँ, वो ये काम करते हैं और बहुत खुशी होती है कि ऐसा हम काम कर पाते हैं. So you can see that on the top left, you can see a Formula racing car. So how many of you are fascinated with the speed and the small compact design and the way everything is managed in this small car? Me too. But IIT Bombay students have taken it to the next level. This is one of the India's premier Formula student electric team. So ये एक कार के पीछे there are so many different field, इतनी different field के students who come to make this possible. For example, there are some students from the background of electrical engineering who work on how to power the train, how to work on low voltage safety. There are some mechanical engineers who work on what are the vehicle dynamics. There are some people who are involved in the marketing media as well. That means A to Z is handled by students. There is, of course, there are professors in charge who are guiding the students, but it's a huge student effort. So you see the sense of ownership कि हमने बनाया, ये हमने डेवलप किया, हमने ये इसमें हमने इसको टेस्ट भी किया और हम अब पार्टिसिपेट करें इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे, एक अलग लेवल का कॉन्फिडेंस दिलाता है लाइफ में जो बहुत ज़रूरी है. We all can do this, just that we may not have the infrastructure in hand. IIT will provide you. IIT will provide you the best kind of infrastructure, the best kind of student support group, and the professors. You can see this house. This house looks like a very small house, which is just there doing nothing in the middle of nowhere. But actually, this house has everything inside that a normal house needs, and it is totally powered by solar power panels. This house is a winner in sustainable. This house was an entry in an international competition for sustainable development. And given the scarcity of natural resources, this is the kind of future we are looking into. So this is not just any house, this is the future house we are looking into. तो ये ऐसा घर है जो completely solar energy पे depend करता है and nothing else. And yeah, I get to see this house every day and I'm missing it very much now. So I decided to put it in my slide. You can see this car here, this white car. No, this is not normal car because it can drive on its own. It's a self-driving car and it's called Cedrica. ये इंडिया की एक ड्राइवरलेस कार है जो इंडियन कंडीशंस के लिए टेस्ट की जा रही है, which means ये कार रोड्स डिटेक्ट कर सकती है, लेन्स डिटेक्ट कर सकती है, स्पीड बम्प्स, ट्रैफिक सिग्नल्स एक्सेट्रा. सो यू नो जब अगर आप रात में कभी आते हो IIT 2 से 3 बजे, you can see some students trying to test this car, which is very exciting. On the other hand, you can see this is Sophie, the first human robot citizen of the world. So when she came first time to India, she came in IIT Bombay to speak. And that was also a really good experience for me. And on this, in this particular image, it's actually me, ye main hu. I'm wearing, this is my project, this is what I work on. Ye EEG device hai, which is measuring my brain waves and sending me electrical signals about my brain activity. Iske alawa, you can see this black strip, it is actually tracking my eyes. It knows where I'm looking, for how long I'm looking, whether I'm deep into it, whether I'm bored. You can also see a camera that is capturing my facial emotions. That is, whether I'm sad, whether I'm engaged, whether I'm happy, etc. Other than that, on my hand, left hand, you can also see that I'm wearing a JSR device. This JSR device tells my skin conductance. Using all these devices, I'm trying to understand what are the processes, learning processes that are involved when a student is learning. So it's a very exciting project and I'm very happy that I'm working on this and I've got an opportunity to work on this. next to that image, you can see a person playing badminton. But if you carefully notice, you'll also see a wireless sensor data band. This is the band. This band teaches you how to play badminton like experts. Once you play a badminton shot wearing this band, it will tell you that whether your effort and swing is correct, or how much effort do you need, etc. So this corrects your playing, the way you play. So this is developed by my colleague Ashutosh. And yeah, if you want to feel, if you are getting the feel that we IITians are only into this projects, then let me show you another image. This is an image of a technical festival that we arrange every year, which is the biggest technical festival of Asia. Many students in lakhs, there is a huge footfall in lakhs, and yeah, many people, many industries, many collaborators from at international level come and perform at this event, and it's a very exciting time of the year. So having said all this, I want to tell that IIT के अंदर या फिर जब एक ऐसा माहौल आपको मिलता है, तो it creates a huge sense of ownership towards it. आपको लगता है कि हाँ, ये मेरी चीज़ है, मुझे इसके लिए काम करना है, और जब आप उसका आउटकम देखते हो तो आपका कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल इज वेरी हाई. सो इफ यू वांट टू जॉइन IIT, I think one why should be the kind of projects you will undertake. The projects are completely student driven, and the projects are really good, and you'll be totally engrossed in it. आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि रात के 3 कब बज गए, and you'll be totally into it. Second one is we collaborate with world-class industry, and we have an amazing peer group. तो हमारे जो दोस्त होते हैं वो हमको ये नहीं बोलते कि अरे नहीं, ये आज नहीं करना, बोर हो रहा है, कल करते हैं. वो हमको encourage करते हैं, हमारे साथ रहते हैं और उस पर काम करते हैं, which makes the environment very, very favorable to learn a lot of new things. Third is the equipments and facilities. So you can see that all those equipments and facilities are very difficult to get if you're not, if it is not there in your institute. So I think this is where IITs and the funds we get from the central government play a big role. And that is also one reason why you should choose an IIT over other institute. And lastly, okay, the equipments and facilities come with the funds. So lastly, I would say that we meet many like-minded people here who toil late night to work and make this real life applications happen. These are a few projects which I'm very attached to. That's the reason I'm sharing. But other than this, there are n number of projects in biotechnology, in computer science, in aeromodeling, etc. going on in IITs. If you're interested, you can just Google one of it, and you'll be able to go through it. So it's an exciting life in IIT, and that's the reason you need to, if you're interested, if you want to become a scientist, a technologist, or an engineer, please try to get into IIT, because it's totally worth it. So having said this, I would also like to point out that apart from this wise, if you don't get into IIT, that doesn't mean that anyone will stop you from doing any of this, because all the stereotypes that are broken are by non-IITians. No one expected that they'll do. They were college dropouts. They had something or the other flaw, but they still did it because they wanted to do it. So do try. IIT, no IIT, pursue your field of interest. And if you enjoy it, you'll definitely do the best. It will not depend on market. So I think with this, I would like to end my talk. Thank you very much, AMP, for giving me this opportunity to talk, to interact with students. And yeah, it was fun to create this talk, the content. So you can see this QR code. You can actually scan this QR code. It will lead you to my website. So it's a very small website which talks about me and my projects that I'm undertaking. It's still under construction, but you can go through it. If you want to contact me, this is my email ID. I'm Romana Pathan at itb.ac.in, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was quite a good brief on the IIT. We have few questions with us. So we will be starting our Q&A session now. I'll be posting the questions one by one, and we would request you to answer them.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So the first question is about what are the other engineering entrance exams apart from the IITs?
Okay. So previously there were many, जैसे कि AIEEE वगैरह होता था, but now everything has been cut down. There are some state exams, like your state will have, if you're from Karnataka, you'll have Karnataka CET, and if you have, so your respective states will have your respective exams. But mainly JEE mains and JEE advanced ही होता है. There are some institutes like VIT and all जो कि प्राइवेट होते हैं, उनका खुद का भी एंट्रेंस होता है. लुक आउट फॉर देम. एंड pretty much that's it. पहले बहुत एग्जाम्स हुआ करते थे, बट देन नाउ टू सेव स्टूडेंट्स टाइम, बहुत यूनिफॉर्मिटी लाने की कोशिश की है इस प्रोसेस में. सेम अप्लाइज टू द MBBS सेक्टर. या
Thank you. The next question is, apart from the IITs, which are the other institutes of which are of the national importance?
So as I mentioned, NITs for sure. इसके अलावा NITs are very similar, have a very similar structure to IIT. इसके अलावा if you're interested in science, then there are institutes like ICER, NICER, and IISCs. So you can. I have not included them in this talk, but if anyone is interested, you can definitely have a look at the ICERs, NICERs, and IISCs that provide you with bachelor's in science degree, BSMS degrees. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is on the post-graduation courses from the IITs. So which are the courses available and what will be the process and what are the exams for them?
Okay, the postgraduate. Yes, so if you have qualified BTech exam, then in order to get into MTech, you need a valid GATE score. The GATE score also has many cutoffs, and there is a separate procedure entirely for that. But GATE exam is the primary exam through which you can get into. Other than that, if you are looking for MSc degree, then you have an exam called as JAM, that is Joint Admission, Joint Entrance Test. It's called JAM if I'm not wrong. So you can definitely go for JAM. And if you want to go for PhD, then there are separate department entrances that you can answer, or there are exams like your NetSet, in which you can also qualify for JRF. There are other options. You can also produce your GATE score. And if you are a BTech from an IIT, you can automatically get admission in your postgraduate, that is MTech or PhD, without going through all these tests in between, on the basis of an interview. So one more additional thing for MTech Masters and PhD is that apart from giving this test, you also have to give an interview. And this interview procedure may vary for different institutes. So in IITs mostly, MTechs ke andar, they do take an interview. Also in our department, we have MTech, and we do take interviews and see their motivation if it is relevant for them. But it's only after they have a valid GATE score. Otherwise, they don't get a chance to answer the interview. PhD के अंदर interview process becomes more rigorous. We look for candidates who are really motivated to solve a particular problem, whose interests are inclined with the department focus areas, etc. So yes, pretty much this is the way.
Thank you. Ma'am, can you give us a brief on the IIMs?
Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm not very good in this particular field of question. IIMs के बारे में मुझे बहुत कम मालूम आता है, but I know that for your postgraduate degrees, you need to have a valid and a good score in your CAT exams. And it also follows a similar procedure of cutoffs, everything. So maybe I'll work on it and get back to you. But right now, IIMs ke baare mein, I don't think I can confidently talk a lot.
No problem, ma'am. Ma'am, next question is no problem, ma'am. Next questions. Many of the students are asking about the paper pattern for the JEE. I mean, there are multiple questions like the paper pattern does keeps changing every year. या paper pattern same रहता है या like how does this work?
पेपर पैटर्न जो है ये सबसे अनप्रडिक्टेबल चीज़ होती है. डिपेंड्स, जैसे मैंने कहा कि डिपेंड्स अ लॉट ऑन द IIT विच इज़ conducting the exam that year. It totally depends on them and it keeps changing every year. And approximately, if we go to see it, in JEE mains, they kind of ask around 90 questions in physics, chemistry and maths. And in JEE advanced also दो papers होते हैं 180 के. Questions का pattern भी change होता रहता है. We really can't say. If you really want to get a hang of it, try to solve questions of previous years. सारे questions जो मैंने website आपके साथ share की थी कुछ देर पहले उधर available हैं. So do go through them. It will give you a lot of confidence and material to grapple with.
Thank you so much. Ma'am, though you did mention about this, but what are the top 3 advice for the parents? I mean, to understand them, how they can support their child and how they can understand is the child is really capable to appear for the exam, or this will be unnecessary burden for him, that because we heard many stories like people are suffering from the failures.
Okay. So this is a very good question actually, and I don't think I'm eligible to answer this, but I'll give it a try. So as you see that whoever asked this question rightly asked कि वो capable है या नहीं. तो I would like to add one more point to this question. क्या आपका बच्चा सच में ये एग्जाम आंसर करना चाहता है? उसको कितना इंटरेस्ट है? क्या उसको सही में इंजीनियर बनना है? और बनना है तो क्यों बनना है? Try to have this conversation with your child. Try to see what he wants to do. If he's confused, try to talk to him, or get to talk him to people who know a little bit about this. And definitely this kind of webinars that AMP is hosting is very important for people who are in their 9th and 10th standard, who really don't know unko karna kya hai exactly. They like studying, they like to do this, but what exactly to do? So this is a very good initiative by AMP. So maybe you can attend such webinars, and get your child talk about it to you. Ki हाँ मम्मी पापा मुझे ये करना है. I want to do this. And secondly, and whether a child is capable or no, I don't think we are in a good position to tell this, because with good training and with good teachers, child who has been doing fairly average can do wonders. I know a lot of students in IIT who may not be the most intelligent people I've met, but are really hardworking and are really dedicated to what they do, and hence they were able to crack. So I think talking is the only key. Don't pressurize them. Be there with them. Be their support. Create a rapport, as I said. जहाँ पे आपका बच्चा आपसे बात करे, आपसे डरे ना. सबसे पहले अगर उनको कुछ प्रॉब्लम फेस हो रही है, अगर वो डीमोरलाइज हो रहे हैं, तो आपके पास आए. और वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, आप अपना टेस्ट रिजल्ट बताने से ना डरें, विच इज़ लाइक द स्कैरिएस्ट पार्ट फॉर अ चाइल्ड growing up. It's very scary to reveal your test results to your parents. So that kind of comfort level. And yes, be there with them. आप भी उठिए उनके साथ सुबह 4 बजे, and make sure that आप उनको encourage करें to study, and उनको हो सके तो उनके जो trips हैं, जैसे कि अगर आप घूमने जा रहे हैं, अगर आप बॉम्बे जा रहे हैं, अगर आप दिल्ली जा रहे हैं, अगर if you're making trips, make sure that you take them to these institutes and show them these institutes. इससे बच्चों का मोरल बहुत बढ़ता है. It's very important to show students, aspiring students कि देखो अगर आप इस तरह से करोगे तो आपको यहाँ पढ़ने का मौका मिलेगा. IITs में तो ऐसे एंट्री नहीं मिलती, but if anyone wants to visit IIT Bombay, I'm you can just ping me and maybe I'll get you an entry. But IIT Delhi, if you know any people, you can get them in, and just show them the campus around. It is very motivating, and you'll also आपको खुद को sense होगा whether your child is does want to or is capable of doing. I think बहुत vary करता है from a child to child. I hope I have answered a bit.
Thank you so much. This one specific question. It's like beside the top streams that usually students prefer, like ECE, CSE,
Hello?
IT. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, ma'am, am I audible? Hello.
Hello? Yes, was I not audible?
Yeah, you were completely audible.
Okay, thank you.
I'll just go through the next question.
Okay.
Just a moment. Yeah, so this is one specific question. Besides the top streams that usually students prefer, like ECE, CSE, IT, and other branches, what are the other courses that IIT is known for in terms of research on global stage?
Okay. Okay. So I was actually prepared for this question. So what I've done is I'll share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yeah,
Is
it's
my
visible.
yeah.
Visible.
So you can see that when I tried to look at the branches in IIT, I found around more than 80 branches in IIT. It is really not possible to talk about each of this or compare any of this with each other. It is very difficult. So I would say that most of the branches that are listed down here have managed to make a mark at international and global level. And if you are interested in one of this, at least देख लीजिए कि आपका interest कहाँ incline करता है. So for example, you can see that this is very minute, बहुत छोटा है ये, but I'll read it out to you. Like for example, you can see that biology से related ही बहुत सारे fields है. Biotechnology, in biochemical, bioengineering, and biomedical, etc., etc., etc. So see where you're slightly inclined. See what kind of work they're doing. If you are inclined towards research, then do go through all this. Try to look at the research group, the kind of work they're doing. If you are a postgraduate student and if you want to do PhD, then try to read a few research papers that are published by this particular group, and you'll get to know a lot about that particular branch and its contribution at international and global level. So it is really not possible to talk about all these branches, and many of the branches are able to do really good in their respective fields. And yeah, I think that's my answer for this question.
Thank you so much. The next question is, after doing a mechanical engineering, can we select design engineering as a specialty in MTech?
Design engineering. So is this design engineering in IDP? That is, I am not specifically sure about design engineering, but there are certain courses, like for example, IDC, and which allows you to do any kind of graduate and then do postgraduate in that particular domain. So you need to check the eligibility criteria. Most of the master's program allow you, like for example, I've seen people from electrical background doing MTech in computer science IIT Bombay, because computer science department of IIT Bombay is quite known. So I think it is possible. Most of the time it is possible, but maybe you'll have to show a valid GATE score from that particular field. I'm a little unsure about this, but I think you can definitely undertake other program for your masters. And design engineering, with some little information that I know, is definitely related to mechanical engineering. So I think you should be able to do masters.
Thank you so much. The next question is, what should be the selection criteria for choosing a particular stream?
So as I mentioned, there are many streams. There are more than 80. and it depends a lot about on your rank. Which rank are you getting? Suppose your rank is within okay, maybe I'll share my screen again. Okay, so you can see the screen here. You can see that the opening rank for IIT Bombay is 1 and the closing rank is 4018. That is a person who is in the rank of say hundreds is in a very good position to select any stream that is available. Person who is in 4000 may not be able to select a very good stream in IIT Bombay of his choice. Suppose he is interested in CS or electrical, which are said to be the top branches in IIT. But this same student is eligible to select very good seats in some of the other IITs. So it depends a lot on your rank, and that's the reason we don't know. But if you have the choice to select any branch of your choice, then I would recommend, if you don't have any particular inclination or any particular field in mind, then do talk to the people from that institute of that institute in which you're taking admission. Like, what is the kind of job do they do, where are they placed, not exactly where are they placed, but what are they doing there, do you have interest in that. It will define a lot of your choices then. So there is no particular algorithm, but yeah, some IITs, कुछ IITs के कुछ branches कुछ बहुत famous है, जैसे IIT मद्रास का mechanical engineering हो, या IIT बॉम्बे का computer science engineering हो. So if you get into it, then nothing like that. But make sure that it inclines with your interest. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Ma'am, next question is, can an engineering student of a non-IIT do a project in IIT during his engineering? If yes, then when and how?
Yes, definitely. That's a good question. In fact, I don't know why I forgot to mention that in my slide. So there are external projects that are going on in IIT, both for BTech and MTech. In fact, how I was introduced to IIT Bombay is also for a similar reason. I did my MTech project in IIT Bombay. I stayed there for a year and completed my MTP there. And the way how I did it is, so there are two ways basically. एक तो ये होता है कि आप एक्सटर्नल एग्जाम आप फैकल्टी से डायरेक्ट बात करो, उनको मेल करो. IIT बॉम्बे के फैकल्टी आर वेरी गुड. इफ यू राइट अ वेरी सेंसिबल email telling about what you want to do, how you want to do, they will respond to you. And if they're not able to respond to you, they'll at least direct you towards something. So establish a rapport. Suppose you know that a particular group is working on something that you like. तो उनके साथ उन फैकल्टी को ईमेल करो, उनके स्टूडेंट से बात करो. And right now there are many people who can interact. LinkedIn है या फिर जो भी प्रोफेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म्स है जहाँ पे आप उनसे बात कर सकते हो. तो एक बार ये रैपो इस्टेब्लिश होता है तो आपकी इंस्टीट्यूट वाले, सपोज आप बीटेक कर रहे हो और अगर आप फाइनल ईयर में हो, तो योर इंस्टीट्यूट, योर HOD शुड बी एबल टू गिव अ NOC that it's okay for this person to go and do an internship here in IIT Bombay or do a project. And at the same time, the faculty whom you're approaching should be okay to allow you to do a project under him. In this manner, you'll have to pay some fees, a little bit of fees, and after that you'll be eligible, you'll be an external student for that particular project, and you can work in IIT. Other than that, there are many there's a lot of research that is going on. For example, IIT Bombay के अंदर IRCC नाम का एक research cell है जो research और innovations को handle करता है. तो IRCC जो है हर साल कुछ number of internships release करती है. It's like job only. It's like your internship, formal internship that you do. So you can apply for this internship. And you will be, उसमें भी कोई eligibility criteria होता है, you need to clear that. And once you do that, you are invited for interviews. So once interviews happen, then there are a कुछ projects if you're suited for that project, then you get that particular internship. ऐसी वाली IRCC के थ्रू या फिर ऐसे इसके थ्रू रिसर्च सेल्स के थ्रू इंटर्नशिप करने का ये फायदा है कि you don't have to pay them anything. Instead, they give you quite a good stipend, like 8,000 या 10,000, I don't know exactly, but they do give you stipend. So that is one advantage of doing internships under IRCC, like research cells. So yeah, so these are the two ways through which you can work. And yeah, for a start, it's really good. There is, you can experiment a lot, and 6-7 months or 1 year is a good time to spend in IIT and to understand where your interest is, whether you really want to further study in this topic, whether you really want to be in that particular peer group, and whether you really want to be working with that professor. There are many questions that you'll be able to figure out if you work or if you do such internships.
Thank you so much. Ma'am, we have a last question.
Okay.
You mentioned about the importance of 11th, 12th for the preparation of JEE.
Sorry, mentioned what?
You mentioned about the importance of 11th and 12th, those 2 years
Yes,
for
yes,
the preparation of JEE.
Yes,
We
yes.
would like to know how early a student can start preparing for the JEE.
Okay. I
This
think,
question is, sorry to interrupt.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
This question is because we see many ads in the newspaper where there are integrated courses that students can enroll for from 8, 9, 10th standard only. They'll start preparing you for the JEE. So what are your thoughts on this?
I feel 10th standard tak, I mean, if I have a younger sister to me who just got admission in Goa Medical College. So I've seen that at least 10th standard tak unko explore karne do apna interest. It's good that if they're joining such coaching and all, what this coaching people do is they don't introduce them to the syllabus of IIT, but they start preparing them very early on the basics. There are some basics that you need to be clear about if you are willing to learn further. So like which many schools also do a good job. And if a student is sincere and if is able to understand NCERT, for example, is a good syllabus, good enough. 10th standard tak, I think let the student be. But what happens now is what I also felt when I was in my 10th standard is there is a lot of difference between what we study in 10th standard and what happens in 11th standard. ऐसा लगता है कि बीच में के 2 साल कहाँ गए? मतलब why this sudden jump from one subject of science to now physics, chemistry, maths? उसमें भी physics 1, physics 2, math 1, math 2. It's really daunting. It's very daunting. Especially if a student has no idea, he has not seen any senior or any sibling working so hard, it's very confusing. So I think if you start not exactly दिमाग में feed करना कि हाँ ये exam के लिए आपको score करना है, but if you start early, you start focusing on छोटी-छोटी बातें, उनकी छोटे-छोटे basics, तो उनके लिए आसान हो जाता है to cope up in their 11th and 12th standard. And yeah, but 10th standard, after 10th standard is also a good time. You don't have to worry a lot if if you're already in your 10th standard and if you're not started.
Can I add a question to this only?
Yeah, sure.
So ma'am, there are different boards, like there are state boards, different state boards, then there is a CBSE, ICSE. So if I'll talk about the particular state board, how does this affect a student from a state board to appear for a JEE and a student who is from the central board or any other board?
Eligibility criteria wise, दोनों equally eligible है for answering JEE mains. Both have qualified 12th standard and have taken subjects. If that eligibility criteria is met, then you can answer JEE mains. And board wise, I don't know, board में भी बहुत difference होता है. जैसे गोवा board जहाँ से मैं पढ़ी हूँ, वहाँ वो NCERT syllabus adopt करता है और कुछ CBSE, तो I don't think there is much of a difference. More or less अभी जो है सारे boards approximately same level पे आ चुके हैं. I don't see any huge difference, but what they do or how they do it on their teachers उनके school, तो वो शायद matter करता होगा, but not really the board in which they are answering.
So with this, we'll conclude our Q&A session, ma'am. Thank you so
Okay.
much. You have covered all the aspects in a very detailed manner.
Thank you
have
very
given a
much.
complete brief on the life in IIT, how to get in, and what is after IIT.
Okay,
So
thank you.
thank you so much, and I'm sure हमारी जो audience है उनको बहुत ज़्यादा ही फायदा हुआ है. They have got a complete insight into this IIT world actually.
Okay,
So
thank you so much. That was my motive. Thank you.
Shehzad bhai, will conclude this session.
Sure. Thank you so much, Barish bhai, and thank you so much, Ms. Romana. It was a wonderful and very insightful session.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
very sure that everyone who attended the session has benefited from this session. So
Thank
we'll be
you,
ending
thank you.
this session with a short dua, inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين يا أول الأولين يا آخر الآخرين يا ذا القوة المتين يا راحم المساكين يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام تباركت ربنا وتعالى يا ذا الجلال والإكرام ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم يسر لنا امورنا كلها مع الراحة لقلوبنا وابداننا والسلامة والعافية في ديننا ودنيانا حسبي الله لا اله الا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Thank you, everyone. And tomorrow again we have a session on career in civil services. So I request you all to please join at 3 p.m. and benefit from sessions like these. These sessions are organized by Association of Muslim Professionals, which are absolutely free, and sessions are taken by highly qualified professionals and experts in a particular field where they come and share their learnings and viewpoints. So keep coming. This is Shehzad signing off from here. Thank you.